So here's mine.
That was the weakest snap. There you go. Damn. Oh.
Ooh, okay. Welcome back. You want to do your intro?
All right, I'll do my intro.
Okay.
All right, here we are, podcast day one. Hey there, demons. It's me, your boy, Eteck, and I'm here with my co-host, Zero.
Yeah.
I was like, there you are.
Nah, just fucking with y'all. Yeah, so first podcast day, first time we're shooting a podcast. Don't even know the fucking name of this thing, so
We actually don't have a name yet.
We're gonna definitely figure that out by the time this comes out. But until then, enjoy Two Demons on the Couch.
Two demons on the couch.
Two demons on the couch.
Basically, the premise of this podcast, I wanted to create something for our guests when we do have them later on to talk more about their background. So far, we have a lot of guests lined up for in the music industry, basically, but we're not necessarily in the music industry. So I thought for the first episode, since the podcast is about people's backgrounds, we talk about our backgrounds.
Literally gonna just be a welcome to us kind of thing, because we kind of just go around and antagonize other people about what they do, and no one gives a fuck to ask us what we do. So we're gonna make you sit the fuck down and listen to what we do.
So you want to go into the background of Demonic?
I mean, yeah, I guess we just want to free ball what's going on with the company and everything. I'm wearing chanclas.
No, wait. Before we go into what's going on, let's talk about the background, how we came to be.
Well, right. Yeah, that's what I meant. My bad.
Yeah.
So the background. Are we allowed to talk about the background? Like, is the background Demonic up to be discussed? I don't know. Technically speaking, we didn't buy Homie out of his contract.
Yeah, we haven't. We still technically don't own the
company. We technically do not own the company.
Yeah. Which we've mentioned before in like live streams and shit. So I would assume we are safe to talk about.
Okay, all right. So peep game. Demonic started back in 2019 for whatever fucking reason. I don't have the beginning story because I got added on before the shop came to be. Take it away, Eteck.
But yeah, so I got pitched the idea of starting a clothing company back in the day. And it was, the pitch was, hey, I want to make T-shirts. We'll buy a laser cutter, we'll buy a computer, we'll buy a T-shirt press and all. And I want to make T-shirts in my garage and drink beer. That was the pitch. And I was like, I'm down for all of it except the beer. Don't drink beer. So I came to you and I was like, hey, business. You've had some experience in the business realm, so I was like, okay, I'll go to Z because I was like, that's probably the most ideal person to have. And that's when I hit you up and I said, hey, so and so wants to start a company, and and
so we talking now 2019.
Yeah,
if I'm not mistaken.
Was it early?
No, it was late. It was like October. They came to me with the idea, and I actually remember like the day of. They just showed up to my house. It was all three of them, and they gave me this idea about Demonic, and I actually was planning and doing a Halloween party that night. I think the fucking toilet service guy showed up with the porta potty right when you guys did, and I had to let homie in. Well, you and Joey were there, and Jacob.
No,
pretty sure.
There's no way. When's the last time you seen Jacob?
Probably around that time. But like, no, you guys came to my house.
What?
You came to my house. I was in the Buckeye house.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So they showed.
Wow, you were still there?
That's what I'm saying, dude. It's been a while.
Shit. Okay.
Because, I think my mom moved when I went to Fraser. Literally, they came to me like in October and just basically told me they got this clothing company. They need someone to kind of like figure out how to network and talk. I definitely know more people now. Back then, I just knew kind of like local underground artists, but hey, fuck, it's something. So I was on board instantly because, like, scheming, gandering, that's how we do it.
Yep.
So, yeah, it was dope as fuck. We started off in the sweatshop at Joey's crib, and we were literally just making shirts for the longest, vinyl print, and selling them locally.
Yeah, we were selling, in our hometown for a while. We networked a lot through just people that we knew. You had a bigger following. I mean, at the time, bigger following than, like, you do now. Obviously, have a bigger following, but back then you had the biggest following out of all of us.
Yeah.
You used them. Hey, I have this clothing company. Buy a shirt. You basically bullied everybody into buying a t-shirt.
I really tormented the fuck out of everyone to just buy a shirt. And this is back when Demonic was strictly clothing.
Yeah.
We
had
no shame at all. I'm not throwing shade. This is not a shade throw. It's just like real shit. Someone comes to me and gives me the, hey, we have a clothing company. We need you to help. To me, that means I'm not in charge. It's not my company.
Right. At the beginning, it definitely didn't feel like our company.
Yeah, which is fine, which is totally okay. Because the reality of it is,
We
your
didn't
boy
put up
was
any money.
broke as fuck.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
didn't
so
put
I'm
up any money
like,
for it.
I'm an employee. Like, I'm gonna just do my best to help. But I will say, from the start, it was also like I saw more than clothing, and I just never really knew what the fuck I saw.
Yeah. No,
or how to even pitch it. Like,
it was a mess at first.
it was a mess.
Yeah.
But that's what happens when you're planning shit. To keep the demonic intro short, I'm not trying to bore everybody.
I think the intro's already. We already did the intro.
Well, I mean, not the intro, but like the story of how demonic
Long story
started.
short, yeah.
Long story short, I'm gonna just flash through the years because 2020 we can literally talk about in 5 seconds.
Go on.
COVID.
Fucked us. I actually still have the original video of when we were in my home studio.
Isn't it posted on the demonic page?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I still have like the original like file for it. I deleted everything else we've ever done except for that.
You gotta
file.
keep that.
Yeah. No. I think you had the guitar as a microphone.
Yes, I mic'd up the
that was
guitar and everyone's blowing up my DMs like you play, and I'm just like, look closer.
Yeah.
And everyone was just like, dude,
it's a
mic is
lav
on
mic.
your guitar.
Yeah. It's a lav mic on your
Yeah,
microphone.
I was going through things with people.
Oh. Anyway, so it was great. My favorite clip out of all of that was when you said my aunt died. And I was like, why are you laughing about this? And
Shut
you're
up.
like, we got to cope somehow. And I was like, you know what? You're right.
Yeah, he said, fuck you, and laughing's not gonna bring her back. He said, crying's not gonna bring her back. Well, yeah, he's just laughing. Fuck that.
Yeah, no.
I was like, we out here, dude.
But
But
yeah.
COVID just fucked up sales because the few people I was able to bully to buy demonic gear all hit me with the, dude, your shipping time's like a month to 2 months. And it was charging like 15 a fucking shipment. I'm just like, shout out Printful. You guys are the best, you know?
Anyway, so we after that, what did we do after
We
that?
kind of just stopped because of that. It was because of that we stopped. But I think like any average person who lives on this fucking planet, you guys, we all thought like, hey, 1 month tops and we'll be back outside.
And
What was it, 14 months later.
But even after that, like we had like our own personal stuff going on in our lives.
But no, it wasn't demonic anything really.
No. But that's what I'm saying. Like we stopped after COVID. We completely stopped everything because we had our own personal life. You were trying to buy your house at the time, so you were on your grind time.
That was later.
Was that later?
That was later.
What were you doing in the meantime?
That's what I'm saying. So, okay, if we're being raw, because podcast probably going on Patreon,
Yeah.
I'm not going to go into detail. You got to find us on the sidelines, and we'll both probably give you detail.
Yeah.
But at the time, we were deep battling, like, relationship stuff. Both of us. Pretty much for, like, all 2020, if I'm being real. We kind of both, like, started and ended relationships with different people and shit.
No, yeah.
Kind of, like, grew up a little bit, I guess.
We had more experience. We
Yeah,
were experiencing more of life.
Just that life shift, you know, that
Yeah.
life shift where you kind of outgrow some friends, relationships work or they don't work. You learn shit about yourself, whatever the case was. 2020 was really just that. And because of that, we weren't doing demonic shit for the longest until like March or February 2020. No, not even that. Probably like the November, December. Me, you, and Joey went to B-Dubs.
Oh shit, we did.
Because we just had that moment of like, yo, what are we
What are
doing?
we doing? What are we doing with this? Yeah,
like,
do we still? Because we had business licenses, we had everything for it, but we're like, do we still?
yeah.
want
Shout
to
out
do
Joey
this?
because he put up the money to make it official.
And that goes back to why we never felt like we owned it because we never put up any money for it. We never
Right.
did anything. We just ran it.
Right.
And he he was fine with it for a while, but he was like, "This is." I asked him pretty recently too. I was like, "What? Why did you leave?" Demonic, and he was honestly, the company just shifted in a way that I didn't want it to be, so I just gave it to you guys because you guys are doing more with it than I was. So I was like,
And that's totally fair. And I promise you're going to get your money back one day.
Yeah.
And I also promise you that, dude, when this shit blow up, we buying you a car.
yeah, or just get a car. Who knows?
Or all of them a car.
Or all of them a car. We'll buy him a house.
Buy them a house. There you go.
Anyway.
Simple as that.
Yeah. So he was cool with it for a while. I mean, he just saw it going in a different route and was just like, "Hey, man, you guys have it." But even at that B-Dubs meeting, like he was already pretty much checked out. Like he was pushing himself to do it, but he didn't.
You could tell he was doing it way more for us.
Yes,
than he
that's
was,
exactly
you
what it
know?
was. Yeah,
And even that B-Dubs meeting didn't go that far. All that B-Dubs meeting really did was give an idea about how to start like promoting again.
right.
And Because if you followed us since day one, that red logo didn't drop for like a fucking year and a half.
Nah, we had that logo.
So it was
Oh
pretty
my
much
God,
like
we had that logo
hey,
forever.
when are we finally going to drop this thing you did a photo shoot a year ago for?
Yeah.
I'm going to post up the Gavin Mazda photo soon.
That one's actually
Because
iconic. I don't know where that photo went.
RIP the Mazda. I think I have them on my, on my laptop.
But back on topic. Fast forward after the B-Dubs meeting.
So after B-Dubs, okay, so after B-Dubs, because this, all right, now I'm going to just say it. So 2021 hit me like a fucking train. I thought 2020 was bad, and then God just said, hold my beer.
Yeah.
So it was definitely, wasn't the greatest time of my life. Wasn't the worst time of my life either. I'm not going to, no, actually, no, I think that was. I think that really was.
Really?
Like,
Out of the entire, 23 years you've been on this planet.
But dude, because of 2021, I now hate a certain flower, and I now get mad of watch brand at Zoomies.
I get that. No, I get
So,
that. For sure. No.
Shout out that watch brand at Zoomies. Motherfucker, I saw you looking at me in the ramen place.
So anyway, after 2021, what were we doing in 2020? I think we were trying to get our feet.
2021, the beginning, my roommate I was living with at the time, guy skipped to his uni, miss him, and he got pushed up to NorCal, and I kind of just got in that not a bad space, but just like what now?
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
like I'm a definitely I just knew something was coming to start my life, and I'm like, I kind of want to push demonic because for some reason the word demonic just started feeling more good.
Right.
The more I just started living life.
Right.
As weird as that sounds, but because of that, I hit up Eteck and I had ideas of like, yo, what if we bring back demonic like a brand rather than just clothing?
Yeah.
I'm like more as like a magazine type feel where we just run.
I think we referenced
everything.
Thrasher and
Instantly reference
yeah.
Odd Future. Odd Future is my go-to when I think about just like they were everywhere. Art. It was art. It was just full on art. So we made that comeback video.
Yeah. And at the time when we made that comeback video, my headspace was I want to make a YouTube channel for demonic based around inspired by creators like Cow Chop back in the day. And at the time was Off Canny, and just basically Jackass on a YouTube channel.
Yeah, pretty much. Where I mean, I wanted to do YouTube content. I just didn't know what. But granted, I wasn't really into YouTube at the time yet. I knew the basic shit. I didn't know much. I found out later. Shout out Gavin for putting me onto a lot of good YouTubers. But I just knew I wanted to do more. I just knew I wanted to make this more. I wanted to be hey, you're demonic from shows. You're demonic. You guys do clothes. You guys do Instagram content, whatever the fuck was. And I don't know. The higher I got, the more ideas.
Yeah.
I remember DMing you or texting you on Snapchat at fucking 2 a.m. Not much longer, just going, dude, a SoundCloud, and we just bring locals.
Yeah, and we just
I was demonic radio.
Yeah. And at the time, I wasn't even DJing. I was like, yeah, dude,
Yeah,
if that's what you want to do, do it.
Yeah,
that'd be great for us because we have at the time you were growing a following in the DJ realm.
You were streaming.
I was streaming, yeah.
You were gaming,
I was back
dude.
on Twitch, but I kind of fell off of that because of 2021's my relationships at the time, and I wasn't really doing shit with my life at the time.
Right.
I was I was just coasting. I think I was in school too.
Yeah. You went back to school for a second. You were finding yourself. I feel like you were literally finding yourself that year.
Definitely.
Didn't you start working your current job that year too?
No, I didn't get that job. I was working at Rite Aid. Oh no, it was Zoomies. It was Zoomies era.
Ah shit.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, because I started Zoomies in 2021.
No, because I started Zoomies in 2021.
Then it was 2020.
Yes, because I was in Frazier where you were working at Zoomies.
Yeah, it's 2020 because I remember I had to wear a mask.
Yes.
Yeah. So 2020 I was in Zoomies, and it was Christmas era because we didn't have back to school. I remember specifically it was Christmas era.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was seasonal.
Because I started working there February 2021.
Yeah. But then after that, my relationship fell apart. For the second time. And what was it after that?
I was there both times. Not
You
to
were there.
brag.
I think you were there all of the times.
Not to brag.
But we did that for a while, and you had pitched the DJ stuff to me. After that, what did we do? I'm trying to think, man. This is actually kind of hard to think about because this is a long backstory.
It's kind of crazy to think about.
Yeah,
It's like
how
fucking
far
2
we've
years
come,
ago,
yeah.
dog. Holy shit.
Because, dude, I don't even remember like this week.
Demonic's been around for the same amount of time with the high school.
Yeah. Oh my god, we have a whole high school career in this company.
That's fucking nuts.
Like-
That's actually kind of nuts.
So after that, we started pitching. I'm gonna just fast forward into like more current events because I feel like we kind of just
Yeah, after that, we started just doing shit.
Yeah,
to
no,
sum
we
it up,
started
we started just
recording.
literally doing shit.
Yeah.
I bought my house that year in August,
Mm-hmm.
and within 2 months, Demonic Dinner was filmed.
yeah
Because once I bought my house and had like space, my mind was like, okay, I'm doing this.
Yeah.
I didn't know if I want to go Demonic full time, but I just knew, hey, this is where I'm going to become an influencer. Like,
Yeah.
this is where I'm gonna live, and I'm doing this shit
Do
now.
you see yourself doing demonic full time?
Now I do. Now I
No?
do.
No.
And I think we'll get to that in a second. But like, that's literally what got me in August. Demonic Dinner was filmed shortly after. So now we're talking like October 2021. We were kind of quiet for like Christmas holiday area.
I think it's because we were trying to like do behind the scenes work where it was like editing and it was I slept in that demonic dinner video pretty hard too.
Yeah,
because I was still like going through like relationship stuff, finding jobs, and like I was in school again.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, I'm not sure what months, but I know that like season of winter going into 2022, I sent Blue Pill his first pack.
Yeah.
So
I was so excited.
that's-
and I didn't even know who Blue Pill was at the time.
I remember that so vividly because I was freaking the fuck out and he responded back to me.
Yeah.
So like,
and I'm so thankful for Blue Pill too to this day, dude, because he was
yeah,
like,
Demonic gonna be Demonic without Blue. Actually, that's kind. That's not
not an
even-
exaggeration.
It's not.
This company would not be here without
Blue
Blue
Pill's
Pill.
literally the reason we're slowly going up. He's the reason we went from 2 to 4 viewers.
Shout out Blue Pill.
Shout out Blue Pill.
But yeah, no, from there, we went into more like current stuff that we're doing now, which was we got more into the YouTube game. We got into the SoundCloud game. We got into filming,
All of
audio.
2022 was just kind of building a small catalog.
Yeah.
It wasn't. We didn't really care about quality yet.
Mm-hmm.
It was definitely quantity because we just wanted something to where you look us up and you have something to dive into.
Exactly.
So because of that, as a result, I feel like last year is when you just brushed up hard on your editing.
I did, yeah, no, and thankfully, like, I went to film school for a little while, so I got like more experience in like camera angles, not specifically camera work, but camera angles, and how to like develop a feeling in your MacBook did a thing. I don't know if that's gonna affect anything. Can you jiggle that, Jenna? Thank you. Did you put the mic up to that? You fucking goober. So anyway, what was I talking about? What the fuck was I talking about?
You went to school for editing?
I went to school for editing. Thank you. Yeah, I went to school for editing for a while, for film specifically. I just learned more about movies, if I'm being honest. I didn't really learn more of anything in editing specifically. Learned more about cameras than anything. And I just learned how to edit from YouTube. Like, I watched a lot of just YouTube growing up, and I just adapted what I saw into my own stuff. I took an inspiration off of certain creators, and it was like,
and that was literally your entire 2021.
That was just learning how to do shit. And thankfully, like, now, with this, I'm assuming, okay, so if we're recording this now, the video we just did that I just showed you the intro for is already out.
Yeah.
So-
Yeah, definitely. That's Carl's weekend.
So, yeah, exactly. So, as of this recording, but that intro alone is just shit that I learned how to do just by watching other people do similar shit. And I was like,
I got
okay.
a question for you, actually. After seeing that intro, was Cold Ones an inspo?
No, I actually
Okay, I
haven't
was
seen
just
Cold Ones
curious. I was
since
just
the
like,
one day
huh.
you showed me Cold Ones.
No, because it looked like that Fiverr video.
Yeah,
So,
huh.
so I was
no.
like,
No. I actually haven't watched Cold Ones since you. I love their channel. No,
Yeah,
it was
I was
cool.
just
I
curious.
loved, yeah,
I was
no,
just curious.
I
So,
loved
like-
their videos. It was dope as fuck. But
yeah.
their editing is just beyond what I can do. And I was like,
No, I was just curious. Like, I
Yeah.
was like, I've seen this kind of style somewhere.
No. But after that, I guess we can dive more into what we have coming.
Yeah, I mean, that's literally what Ricocheted was. It to sum up 2021 and to put it in a nutshell in the ending. We just focused on our craft. That's literally what it was. He basically focused fully on his video skills. I focus fully on my audio, while we both still kind of dabble in each other's worlds a little
Yeah,
bit.
yeah. Like I learned
'Cause
DJing.
You started mixing, and I just learned basic camera shit. So it's
yeah.
like that was really helpful. I got back into actual audio engineering.
Yeah.
All because 2021 or 2022 in September, Lost Lens. I don't think we can skip that part.
No.
Of it.
That's very true. Okay.
Because that was some fucking insane
before
shit.
before we segue into like current events, like what we have coming, we'll talk about Lost Lands.
Yeah.
2022 Lost Lands.
2022 Lost Lands, the festival I did not get to fucking go to, but I really think
But
it
was
meant to be.
It was a blessing in disguise.
It was. It
go.
was. So
Yeah.
this whole thing started out because, well, dinosaurs and raving. That's the actual main fucking reason.
Yeah.
But aside from that, marketing. So Blue, at this point, I would like to say, Blue Pill, you could comment and tell me I'm dumb if I am, but I would like to say by this point, Lost Lands last year, we were pretty cool with Blue. You know, we were pretty well acquainted with Blue Pill.
Right.
So I knew Blue was going to be there. And I just wanted to be able to finally meet him in person.
At this time, I had no connection to Blue Pill.
Yeah,
like I don't even think I followed him until like Lost Lands by accident because I knew who he was. I knew we sent him merch.
We gotta watch what we say for this next few things because we can't.
No. I knew that we had watched him or like not watched him, but like we sent him merch. He knew who we were, but I personally never said anything to him. I've never. Hey, dude. I did with Perry Wayne. I said, hey, like I'm Eteck. I'm from Demonic.
Right.
But Blue Pill specifically, I never introduced myself until I met him at Lost Lands. And it was weird because he didn't know who you were, but he knew who you were. He just didn't know your name.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
Because he knew us as Demonic.
He knew us as Demonic. He didn't know our name specifically, which is like fine. Now he knows us and we could like kick it if we wanted to.
Right.
So how did it go? It was I was going to Lost Lands and you couldn't at the time because of some personal issues that you had going on.
Yeah, so basically financial dive. Because again, the years were just kicking me in the head at that point.
Right.
So lot of little stuff. Another backstory. You'll probably get some interviews with me in the future.
Yeah.
And long story short, couldn't go to Lost Lands.
Yeah.
So I realized Blue Pill was going to be there with Perry Wayne. And just, sorry if this sounds creepy, but judging from just like their relationship on Instagram, I can kind of tell they were close.
Yeah.
So, you know, networking, I'm just like, hey, yo, trying to introduce me to the guy that made Baseface.
Mm-hmm.
Like, please. Yeah. And, you know, Blue was like, if I can, you know, I totally will, whatever. But long story short, one, I couldn't go. Two, it turned out Perry was playing the pre-party and Eteck wasn't even going to make it there until the actual festival.
Yeah, because my flight was like, I landed, like, I think the pre-party day. Like, the day of the pre-party is when I landed.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm not going to make it to the pre-party.
Right,
I'm making it all through Lost Lands day 1, 2, and 3, but pre-party is no-go.
And Blue already told me he's going to stay around and perform, like, the entire festival. But I didn't know Perry was going to leave immediately after. So when Blue told me, like, yeah, dude, unfortunately, Perry's not going to stay. He's like, but I'll be here. I was just like, okay, well, good news, we're going to meet Blue. I'm just like, but fuck. We lost out on opportunity, you know?
Right. And I remember specifically because you had texted me, hey, like Blue Pill and Perry Wayne are trying to meet you before I even got on my flight.
Yeah.
And I was like, holy fuck, I got to have some merch ready.
And,
like,
and low key, like.
And I'm freaking out because they're like the first like celebrities that I've ever met in my life.
That part. I've been like, around people, you know. Yeah, so I'm not gonna act a little normal now, but I just felt bad because it'd be the first time Eteck's gonna meet talent.
Yeah.
And now he's a Blue Pill fan. I know you've been a Perry fan.
Yeah.
So I like it's people he's been listening to.
Yes, yeah.
And I felt bad because I was just like last minute, hey dude, you gotta meet them.
Yeah, and I was like, and it was just that. It was just, hey, you gotta meet him. And I was like, I remember specifically he said, you got to meet him, don't fuck it up.
I was like, don't fuck it up.
Okay, a lot of pressure, but whatever, we'll make it work.
I was like, yeah, I'm going to be pressuring them. I'm like, but don't freak out.
Yeah.
I'm like, be cool.
Yeah. And I'm not going to lie, I freaked out. On Blue Pill, freaked out. But I was also drunk, so it's okay. And I'm pretty sure Blue Pill could.
You know what, though? If I just saw the horns in the distance, I'd feel like.
I'm going to get into that story. I'll get into that story.
So,
but, yeah.
So that was at Lost Lands. Mm-hmm. Okay, we got told Perry's not going to be there now.
Yeah, at this point, it was, hey, I landed after the pre-party. It's officially day 1 of Lost Lands. I'm getting ready with our photographer, and, you know, we're already getting on our shuttle, and it was, hey, Perry's not going to be in Ohio anymore. He's going to be in Huntington Beach.
Right, let me tell you, like, well, we didn't know that part yet. We
Yeah,
were just told Perry will not be here for
Yeah.
more than just a pre-party.
Right.
Dog, I don't think I've ever been like that sad in my life.
I know. I was kind of
because I don't know. It was just, a lot was happening to me at the time.
Mm-hmm.
Couldn't go to Los Angeles for a bunch of reasons.
I know.
A lot of shit happening in the months of August, so I was kind of like looking forward to Los Angeles, and it just got wiped for me. So again, really bummed out. I was unemployed for the longest of the time, and I just got a job, so I was barely even. It was just so much, dude. And I remember like just sitting on my fucking couch, and I was like, dog. I was like, maybe just God just does not want me.
Yeah, it definitely felt like someone was trying to
It felt
stop
like something
you.
just blocked the fuck out of me.
Yeah.
Like, nah, you thought. And I
You
was
got
like,
intercepted pretty
yeah,
hard.
and I was sitting there for like 30 minutes and just scrolling on my phone, thinking to myself, like, fuck it. I'm going to go out this weekend. I'm going to go have fun because fuck anybody else. The homie Panda is working he works for Wasted in Huntington Beach. I hope we're allowed to say that legally.
At the time.
Oh.
As of this recording.
Out of this moment.
He does, yes.
Yeah, I was like, I get assassinated.
I know.
but
Wasted Mafia comes
so
after us.
yeah, instantly I'm just like, let me see what's going on at the club this weekend. And I look up Wasted Presents, and I see Radar is gonna be there. I'm like, oh sick. And I saw opening Perry Wayne, and I was just
Yeah. It was just like a full circle.
I was
Like,
like,
okay.
God, I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, it definitely felt like it came full circle of like, okay, cool. Now at this point, we're excited again because at this time I still haven't met Blue Pill.
Yeah, you
I didn't
haven't
meet
met
him
Blue.
until I think day 2. Day 2 I met Blue Pill. So day 1 I still haven't met him. I was trying to find him for the longest time, couldn't find him. And I was trying to message him on DMs on Instagram, but there's no connection anywhere. So because raves, and my messages were not going through. Day 2 was a actual struggle trying to find him. But before we get into that, day 1, you had hit me up, dude. Oh my God, Perry Wayne's in Huntington Beach at the Circle. I gotta go. You're gonna go meet Blue Pill, and I was like, now we have a game plan of how to meet these two at the same time.
At the same time in two different, like, across the fucking U.S., dude.
Yeah. No, it felt so surreal that this was happening because at the time we're still trying to grow the company, and it felt like everything was going wrong, left and right. No, we're fucking up here. We fucked up there. We
were fucking up a lot.
Yeah, and this was like our first real moment of holy shit, things are starting to turn.
If we can
for
do
us.
this right, like if we can just get the head nod from somebody, I think it will just fuel a lot more up. Like that was my mindset.
Exactly, and it just felt like we had a plan going in now, because at first it was, well, Z-Now going to Lost Lands, it sucks, but we'll make do what we got.
Right.
Now we're like, holy shit, we have an opportunity to meet both of them.
Yeah.
I'm not going to meet one, but I still will meet the other one. You're going to meet the other one and can't meet the other one.
Right.
It felt weird. So you met Perry Wayne before I even met Blue Pill.
Yeah.
So you get into the Perry Wayne story.
Instantly when I saw that, I got like the day before, like the Thursday. So it was the following day the show happened. Mm-hmm. I hit up Panda and was like, dude, hypothetically, I'm like, if I need you to, like help me get to someone who's probably DJing there, can you? Mm-hmm. And he was just like, yeah, maybe. And I was like, all right, bet.
Yeah.
Now in my mindset was like, okay, 3 things. I gotta get Perry Wayne's attention.
Right.
I gotta find a way to get merch to him, because whether it's allowed or not, it is dumb disrespectful
to just show up empty-handed.
No. I mean, not that.
Okay.
Not that. But you're right.
Yeah.
But it's dumb disrespect to show up to someone's club promoting your shit outside of that club.
Right.
Like it's their job to get sales. And
it's like you showing up to like
it's a
Hot
business.
Topic
it's
and trying to sell demonic merch. Like
it
doesn't make sense.
Right. It's just like I'm out here promoting a whole other brand while they got a brand in here, and it's like that's fucked up.
Yeah.
So I'm not trying to do that. Like I'm not trying to do that at all. But it is rude to show up empty-handed. Yes. It's like I don't want to do that. And then 3, I'm high as fuck and I forgot 3rd. I'm gonna get into the story.
No, yeah, go ahead.
But, that's awful. So I told myself I'm not gonna tell anybody I'm going because I figured if I was a better chance to get to him, I need to have a small crowd.
Yeah.
I'm like, so I'm going alone. So I went alone and I brought him a T-shirt, and I did DM him the day of, and he was like, yeah, let's meet, but he just stopped DMing me, and I already knew the feeling was a little off, but I knew it wasn't like he's a bad person or he doesn't like me off. I knew I'm just like, he thinks I'm a bot. I'm like, he probably...
Like, you're a literal NPC in his eyes.
Yeah, I'm like, he thinks I'm a bot. And the more I'm looking at our profile, because we were just kind of like starting to drive, I'm just like, we look like bots.
No, like, our website still, but as of this recording, looks like a fake fucking website.
Yeah,
like,
we're changing it soon.
it
Enjoy
looks-
the last year of this bunk website.
Yeah, no, I'm actually really excited for updates we have coming.
Yeah,
But-
oh, look at her go.
Yeah, she's doing the thing.
He's doing the thing.
Anyway.
But
What were we saying?
yeah, so no, so,
Thank you.
appreciate
Thank you.
it. But yeah, so I went. I'm gonna just say I got to VIP.
Okay. We're not gonna say how you got there, but
I
you
got to
there.
VIP.
Yeah.
And no one told me that there was a VIP on the outside of a VIP.
I've been to that specific
So,
club, and it's
I didn't know
weird.
that. I mean,
yeah.
I'm sure every club has that. But I'm
Right.
gonna be real. Me being stupid and being stuck in the crowd getting bumped by dudes and drinks, I always thought the VIP is where it's at. I thought like everyone's chilling there. But you know what? Now that I've seen it, it also makes fucking sense. Anyway, so when I got to VIP, I was like, oh fuck yeah, I'm still behind another rope.
Yeah.
I'm like,
yeah.
fuck. I'm like, I can't. I'm like, the upside is I'm realizing they're gonna have to. My eye keeps twitching.
No,
I'm like, they're gonna have to pass me to leave. I'm like, I'm gonna be real. I'm just here for Perry, and I showed up at Perry's set. Good shit.
Yeah.
Good time.
Yeah.
But so my mindset was like, when Perry goes, I'm gonna just try to greet myself and not spook him. You know,
Jenna, we get a little beep.
and
Or the
just
beep.
chop it up with him. So, your mic's still on? Making sure.
Yeah, no, I've been
Okay, cool.
checking it. I've been
So, that's exactly what I did. Me and Panda was sitting there chilling, vibing together, having a drink together. Finally, I see Perry starting to leave. I'm just like, all right, I'm not going to spook him. I'm just going to go talk. And I walked up to him, just like, hey, dude, I'm from Demonic. Dude, instantly, he was like, oh, shit, what's up?
Yeah.
So, he's cool as fuck.
Right.
But, yeah, we went outside and talked to him a bit. And I just want to give him a shirt to promote because, like, again, the goal here was like, hey, let's just get the people that we already look up to kind of just enjoy an item.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
like, so that's what I did. I gave him a shirt. He liked it. He went home, showered us
I
out.
remember.
That was
at this time. I think it was already after day one of Lost Lands, just because like I couldn't reach you in the festival. I had no connection, I had no internet, anything like that.
shout out Lost Lands.
So I get to my actual hotel, and you're blowing me up on Snap, and then I see a photo of you and Perry with, I think, Panda.
We're Panda.
And he's holding up a demonic backpack
Yeah.
with the red logo. And I
Yeah.
was like, dude, I got so excited. I showed Jenna. I was like, look, dude, he did it. He did it. And I was like, well, now I have to meet Blue Pill.
That is kind of pressure. How did you feel about that?
No, actually, I was like, fuck. Okay, he held up his side of the bargain on in the other side of the fucking U.S. I have to hold up mine on this side of the U.S.
I gotta find Blue.
It's just I have to find Blue. And I was like,
Yeah.
all right, now I'm on a mission day 2. It was a mission day 1, but I actually executed that mission day 2.
right.
So at this point,
Wait. Was it? I know it was like a side quest you had that also kicked in effect later.
yes.
Was that day 2?
Was it day 2 when we met?
Oh, day one.
Okay, so day 1. Okay, so then I did pretty well day 1.
Yeah. 'Cause I'm
myself.
like, that was a whole accident that turned great.
Okay, we'll get into the accident.
Are we
that
allowed to talk
happened.
about that one?
Yeah, why not?
Okay.
It's on Patreon. So as you were on your mission to meet Perry Wayne, I was on my mission to meet Lays.
Mm-hmm.
At this point, I was just a fan of Lays. I still am, but you know, and I was like, okay, I had followed her on Instagram, and she had posted, oh, I'm doing meet and greets at the Meteor, and Jenna, our photographer, is also a fan of Lays, so Lays a fan. And I was like, hey, dude, like I want to go meet her. Are you down? And she was like, oh, I'm so down. And I was like, cool, let's do it. She's here at
Did
this
she freak
spot.
out?
At this point, no, actually, she found her before I did.
Oh, okay.
So it was the whole thing. we watched her whole set. Her set was like 2 to 3, doing meet and greets at 3:30. So I was like, okay, cool. So after her set, we left like 15 minutes after her set, and I was fucking dying during her set because I was like dehydrated as fucking, going hard in the mosh pits and whatnot. And I was like, Jen, I need water. So we stop by, get water. In the actual line to get water, I'm so dehydrated at this point, my contacts fell out of my eyeball because I had no liquid in my system at all.
Sicko mode.
Yeah, so I was like, okay, cool, I'm dying. I posted up. You know, when you're walking down the street and you see those like green electrical boxes for like community, You know, electric stuff.
Electric.
Yeah.
For the community electricity.
Yeah. So we like posted up next to one of those, and I'm like, I don't have eye drops. I'm like, all right, I used the water bottle that I just bought. I put it in my eye. I put it on the contact, and I used that as contact solution. I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna see. Like, I have to see. This is 3:00 at a rave that ends at 4 a.m.
That's about right.
So I'm like, I have to see.
Not like y'all knew it ended at 4 a.m.
Yeah. Anyway, so we had got all that situated. We went to the Meteor. That's where the meet and greet spot was at.
The Meteor.
And you've seen the meteors there at the at raves, I think. What have you? Like the little like weird jungle gym looking things.
Sure.
Where they're like a bunch of little like spheres everywhere.
Sure.
Okay. Well, put up a photo just in case. But there's like the main
Please
one.
put like over my face.
Yeah, there's like the main one, and then there's like a few other little circles. So we're at the main one, and inside of that sphere is a stage. So it's like a little like there's CDJs in there and shit. So it's like people actually go there to perform. And we're waiting there. I'm literally at the rail of this fucking empty stage. There's no DJ, there's no music, and I'm just like chilling there. I'm waiting for Lays. I'm like, obviously she's gonna come out where the stage is. It makes sense. That's where the meet and greet is.
Right.
No, I'm wrong. It gets fucking filled, and then Lays comes into like this random small circle where the stage wasn't at, and now I'm in the back of this crowd, and I was like, "Fuck,
the goofy
we're not gonna meet her. She's only here for like 30 minutes to an hour." So I was like, "Fuck, I'm not gonna be able to meet her." I was like, "Okay, whatever. I'll take it now." And then Jenna's like, "Nah, hold up, I got this." And I was like, "What are you gonna do?" She's like, "Stay here." And I was like, okay. So yeah, I was like, okay, do you? She just leaves me alone. I'm waiting in the back, and I'm trying to like wiggle my way through like the crowd. I'm like, sorry, trying to meet Lays.
They're giving out chips over here. Get the fuck out the way.
Dude, I'm there for what felt like the longest time, and I was like, oh shit, where the fuck did Jenna go? Again, we have no connection in this way. If I lose her, she's the only person I'm with. And I'm like, if I lose her, I'll meet her back at the hotel. Like, that's it.
At midnight.
So we the MacBook did the thing again. I was just waiting there for like the longest time, and eventually I see in the distance in this own like meteor by itself is just Jenna jumping and like waving, and I was like, oh, I know that person. So I like walked around the crowd. I'm like, sorry, excuse me, and I crawl into the little like jungle gym like meteor thing, and she's like, where were you? And I was like, I was back there. I was like, I was doing, what do you mean? I was like, I'm trying to find you. She's like, I've been trying to find you. And I was like, all right. And now we're at the front of the crowd about to meet Lays, and I was like, I don't know how she did it, I don't know what she did, but we got up there and we were next to like meet her. And one of the nicest people I've ever met. Like, we've met her a couple times.
Yeah,
you've met her once.
She's great.
Yeah.
She's great.
She's super cool. And we said, "What's up? Hey, how you doing?" Like, I wanted to promote Demonic there, but security, like her security, whoever security was there, and they looked like they were on a mission. So I was like, I'm not gonna say shit. I was like, I'm gonna say, "What's up, dude?" But I did a little side quest within that side quest of I'm thinking, what's a way to get her attention later on? I was like, I'm going to have her sign my arm, and then I'll get it tatted when I'm back home.
Shout out Chris. I'm
going to get it tatted, and then I'll tag her. And I was like, that's a good way to get anybody's attention, especially as an up-and-coming artist. Like, that's a fan. You know what I mean? And which I am. So I was like, okay, cool.
and which is me.
And is me. So I was like, fuck it, I'll do it. I got her to sign my arm, and she was really excited. If you watch the video, you've seen it.
Can we cut to the video?
We could. But in that video, like, she's actually really excited. Someone in the background is really excited, like, yeah, dude, do it. And she's all like fucking hype. Someone
raver dialogue is the best.
Someone says, don't fuck it up. And then she like goes into like hyper focus on my arm, trying not to fuck it up. And yeah, so she did, and I was like really excited. Fast forward to pretty much when you sent me the message at the end of the night.
Right.
So day 2.
Yes.
Day 2. Did you have anything going on, like my day 2 here at the States?
I think at that point I was just working. I was working and just promoting the fuck out of Demonic. I don't really think I hit another endorsement yet, but I will think about it while you tell your story.
Okay, so day 2, we showered up, got ready, and then dipped, and we met up with this person that I met on the plane. It was for shits and giggles, why not? And
yeah,
we met up, went to a couple sets with them. We went our own separate way, got food, did what we did. And at this time, I was able to message Blue Pill on the shuttle to day 2. And he was like, hey, dude, like, I really want to meet you. Like, while talking, I'm like, dude, I'm trying to fucking find you. I'm on a mission. And I was like, I will. Yeah, no, that's how it was. The entire day, I am like trying to send DMs because I don't have his like number or anything. It's then,
great because I know while you were looking for him, people who were not with you were sending me videos of him at the stage they were at.
Yeah, and the thing is too, he told me where he was gonna be at, so I kept going to those stages, but I never saw him on those stages. He posted recently of him in who was it? Dubscribe. I was at that set and I don't remember seeing him, and I was like, I wanted to text him recently. I'm like, dude, I don't remember seeing you. Where the fuck were you? Where was I?
You also couldn't find a meeting spot, so maybe you went the right stage the whole time. You also thought the festival ended at midnight.
No, I didn't think the festival ended.
She also thought the festival ended at midnight.
So we're getting flipped off by our camera person. Shout out Jenna. So at the time, I'm trying to. We'll get into that story. That was actually a good story. So I'm trying to like find him. I'm messaging him back and forth. Hey, like, where are you? And they would go through like an hour later. So I'm like, fuck, dude. At this point, when he sees it, he's not at the same spot that I'm at.
Right, he's all over the place.
Fuck, yeah, he's bouncing around. I'm also bouncing around trying to find him, and he's just doing him. So I'm like, all right, we'll figure it out. Eventually, it got to the point where I was at a Barely Alive set. Mm-hmm. And I was like, okay. In the corner of the rail at Barely Alive, we had like 2 bars. And my phone said like full fucking bars, but nothing was going through on Instagram. Like Instagram just sucked up all the service. And, and I was like, okay, but her phone had connection. And I was like, okay, cool. Okay. No, all right. So her phone had connection, and I was like, all right, let me sign into my Instagram on your phone, and I'll try to reach out to him. And we tried reaching out to him on her Instagram account first, but I think like he probably has 1,000 DMs, and someone he doesn't follow, like it probably just gets buried. True. And it's just like whatever. But so eventually I got one message that was, hey, I'm at AT Aliens. I'm over by like VIP. And thankfully, that VIP spot for us was already a meetup spot for like our group. So I was like, oh shit, I instantly knew where that spot was at. I shit you not, I fucking saw that message. I showed it to Jenna. I said, dude, he's at the turkey leg. And she was like, oh fuck. And I was like, if I lose you, meet up at the turkey leg. Keep in mind, Jenna fucked up her leg like mid-set. So she can't really run. And I was like, if I lose you, I'm going to run. If I lose you, meet up at this spot.
Wait.
What's up?
Mid-set, like, at the 30-minute mark, or mid-set, like, middle of the festival that you did not know ended at midnight?
He just wanted to jab. He just wanted the jab.
You didn't see Hesh.
I have a lot of respect.
Yeah,
you didn't see Hesh.
So, like, yeah, I know. And you're done.
She's like just photoshopping like the fucking object.
Yeah. But yeah, she had like a fucked up ankle from like day 1. I don't know what she did. She had at some point fucked it up, and so she couldn't really run. And I was like, if I lose you, just meet up here. We'll find each other. If not, we'll find each other eventually. And I hauled ass. She has videos of it. I hauled ass to go find that dude. Keep in mind, I'm a little buzzed at this point too, because I had like semi given up. It's like what 9 p.m. at this time, and I started at like 2. Yeah, I started at like 2, and it's like 9 p.m. and I'm still. I was like, dude, all right, fuck it.
I get that.
I'm just hungry at this point. I was like, I'm hungry, and I'm like semi drunk. I was like, all right, fuck it. And then I got the message, hauled ass. My mind went, how the fuck is he going to find me? He has no idea what I look like.
Yeah.
So I was like, I know what he looks like. It's just blue mask, horns. And I was like, I know what to look for. But in these thousands of people, how am I going to find this dude? I have like a little location of where he's at. And my mind went to, I'm going to do the thing that ravers do. I'm going to go on Snapchat, black screen it, and then type in Demonic Clothing Co.
You're smart.
And I just held up my phone. And I'm walking through the crowd holding up my phone with this thing that says Demonic Clothing Co. And I'm like hoping somebody just grabs my shoulder and is like, and hoping it's him in my head. Didn't happen. It didn't happen. No.
Fuck.
I'm holding up my arm. And then I hear Jenna behind me just go, Josh. And I'm like, I turn around and she just points across the way. And I just see this dude standing there in the crowd watching the set in a mask and blue horns. And I just ran to him. And
what was your first thought when you actually like realized, oh shit, he's right there?
It wasn't, oh shit, he was right there. It was like, oh my God, I finally found him. So
like finding Waldo.
Yeah, no, yes, it's actually, but you're in the photo of Waldo. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like that's what it felt like. So I was like, okay, fuck it. I ran to him. I jumped in front of him with my arms out like he knew who the fuck I was. And he was like, oh, shit, what's up, man? And I was like, I just hugged him. I was like, dude, oh, my God, it was so hard to find you. And he was like, oh, what's up, dude? And he's there with like 2 other guys. One of the dudes, I don't remember who it was. But the other dude, I acknowledged that he was with people, but I was just so hyper focused on like talking to him. I'm like, I'm on a mission, dog. Like I'm here to talk to you. Everybody else can wait. Like, and so I met him, and we were talking about like Demonic and Perry Wayne, and we pretty much talked about everything that you had going on here in Cali. Yeah. And it was like, holy shit, that's just weird how that all panned out for everybody. Right. And you know, we started talking about, you know, music, and he was like, oh, have you heard my song Dimes? And I was like, yeah. At the time I hadn't heard the song. I was just like, yeah, I'm gonna pretend like I know what I'm doing.
At least he's honest.
No, I'm gonna be straight up about it. Like, yeah, no, I've heard it. I hadn't heard it. Now it's like one of my favorite songs. It's like I've used it in mixes. Yeah. I actually do know the song now. But at the time I was like, mm-hmm. And he was like, yeah, you know Verge. And I was like, mm-hmm. Yeah, I had no idea who Verge is. Now I listen to Verge on a regular. And he was like, yeah, he's right here, standing next to him. And I was like, I have to pretend like I know who this is now. And I was like, oh shit, what's up, dude? And he was like, oh, what's up, man? Like, he was super cool. Yeah. He was like, oh, what's up, dude? And the first thing he says to me is like, I love your guys' merch. And I was like, fuck, now I feel like an asshole. So I was like, this dude knows me and I don't even know him. I felt so bad. But thankfully, he was super cool. And I was like, dude, honestly, at this point, I'm like, I don't know. In my head, I don't know who you are. But I'm so down to send you some fucking merch. Like, just for knowing me. And I'm like, no, you're so fucking cool. He was the nicest guy. And he was like, oh, yeah, for sure. And then, like, fast forward, I got home and I completely forgot to send it to him. And I hit him up like a month later. Like, yo, you want some merch? Never got a DM back. And I was like, all right, that's
Verge,
cool.
DM us.
Verge, reach out. What's up, dude? Still love you.
Reach out. We'll send you something, dude.
Definitely send you something.
We'll send you a bucket hat.
That was my day 2 of Lost Lands.
Yeah, I don't think I did anything day 2 here. I think I just literally worked and just chilled.
Yeah. And just kind of like realized that everything was going on.
Yeah, I was kind of just thinking of ideas and shit at the time. Working on music here. And that was pretty much that. Yeah. I made a lot of my back-to-back stuff around that time.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Huh? That's when you were working on that.
Yeah.
If you haven't checked out the back 3 back on SoundCloud,
please do. Yeah. But yeah, so that was...
It's pretty decent.
And what'd you do for Lost Lands Day 3?
What did we do?
Did anything happen?
I think Day 3, we kind of... I remember specifically, there's a specific memory I have of Day 3. It's when, at some point, we were like, fuck it, let's take a break. We just went to a bunch of sets and we're like, let's get water, let's go to the restroom. And, Jenna goes to the restroom and I'm kind of just waiting out in like this field in like a random light post. And I'm sitting there and I'm just like, this is so fucking cool. Like, I'm just here in Ohio. Who the fuck goes to Ohio You know what I mean? And it was just like my first ever Lost Lands. So I'm just kind of taking it all in. And then she comes back from the restroom. And we were just sitting there. And we were just like, for a good 15, 20 minutes, was just like taking it all in. And it was the most surreal feeling. We took photos with dinosaurs. And it was just like, it was more of like a, hey, let's just hang out for day 3. Let's just hang out. There's no missions going on. Let's just enjoy our time here. And just had a great time. There was like a specific like a restaurant right next to our hotel. It was fucking amazing. I don't even remember the name of it. It was like Steel Iron Kitchen or some shit like that. Yeah, Steel Tavern, some bullshit like that. I was
Papa eating a John.
You were popping the Johns, and it was an amazing experience there at Lost Lands, and I'm really excited for Lost Lands year 2 for me.
Year 1.
Year 1 for you.
Year 1. I'm going this year. God damn it.
You will go this year.
But yeah,
I refuse to let you not go this year.
Yeah, I guess I think that was pretty much it for me. Cause if I'm not mistaken, that was the first 3 people we came across in all like a span of a weekend was Blue Pill, Perry Wayne, and Lays.
Yeah.
So fast forward a little bit, you came home finally. Mm-hmm. And the first thing we talked about was getting that tattoo.
Yes. That was my mission. I was like, I have to get this tattoo.
That was the first thing we talked about.
And I did. It took me like less than a week to get it.
Yeah. Was I there for? I don't think I was there for that.
No, I don't think anybody was.
No.
I think it was just me because I was like, no, I have to get it done.
Yeah.
Did you meet up with me there? I feel like you met up with me.
I'm trying to remember. Like, I don't remember being there for the tattoo, but I feel like I
think
saw
you were there
that
after.
day.
Yeah, I think we did something. I think we just met up at the tattoo shop to just hang out with.
I feel like I saw Chris. Yeah, I'm like, huh.
But yeah, so that was pretty much that for our startup and our Lost Lands experience. But you want to dive into what we have coming?
Shit, I thought we were gonna finish that. Oh,
well, do we have more to go about it?
We do actually have a lot more. If you want to go to other endorsements and shit, that's up to you.
Oh, we can. But I'm just saying, like, that was our experience in Lost Lands.
Yeah, well, yeah.
We didn't hit any endorsements.
My bad. Faded in a hoe. But
no, because what we have coming does involve those other endorsements.
You're right. Okay, so yeah, fast forward a little bit. Now we're talking like Halloween. Mm-hmm. Halloween last year. I don't think we did shit. But no, we dropped the backpacks in November.
Right. No.
Yes.
When was Lost Lands?
September. Yep.
Did we? Oh yeah, we did.
We dropped.
It was after.
We dropped backpacks in in October, and then we did the mix in November. Mm-hmm. In the mix, we had our collab with Panda.
Because it was a Black Friday mix.
Yes, and then Eteck was your first mix you ever did on SoundCloud. Technically,
very hard. I'm not gonna lie. It was very complicated.
Dude stepped up to Serato for the.
I did. Yeah, I was on virtual DJ for a while.
Weenie.
For a while. Emphasis on while. But yeah, I stepped up to Serato.
We all start somewhere though.
No, definitely, yeah. I feel like everybody started off on virtual DJ.
No, we did.
Serato.
We definitely did.
But your controller. Yeah,
Can you throw down? Can you cut?
No, he has my controller.
No, right here. There's a controller right here.
What, right now?
Not at the second.
Well, yeah. But...
I gave him my controller. I never practiced. I started on Serato.
She did.
Oh, okay, she kind of cool.
Yeah. No,
she kind of sick with it.
She does a little house.
She might be goated with the sauce.
I've seen her do videos of house.
She'll never play us after midnight.
She's on at 11, ends at midnight. That's it, goes home.
I'm going to die in like 3 hours.
But anyway, where were we?
So
backpacks.
We dropped backpacks and we just started pushing backpacks. Yeah, we're gonna skip over the content we shot around that time. Mm-hmm. Fast forward to Christmas time. We didn't do shit actually for that area. I think we enjoyed the holiday. We talked about that. Mm-hmm. We talked about how like we were trying to plan shit. I'm just like, hey, let's just enjoy the holidays.
Right.
The only thing we did do in November, the hot chip challenge.
The hot chip challenge
we did shoot.
Oh my god, what an adventure, dude. Bruh. I was so scared for Panda.
I've never been so fucking stressed in my life.
Like, actually, we stopped everything we were doing for Panda. But
yeah, my food got cold for Panda.
Let's dive into that story.
So here we are. Fucking.
It was Friendsgiving.
It was Friendsgiving, actually. The turkey was cooking and the roosters were crowing.
Yep.
And me, Eteck, Panda decided, hey, we're gonna do the Pocky one chip challenge.
We figured we were all in the room together. Might as well.
Might as well just film it because we're all busy as fuck. We're all over the place a lot. Mm-hmm. So
still to this day, yeah.
Yeah. So we figured, hey, let's just shoot this thing real quick and eat our food. I know both our mentalities was, we're just gonna try.
Yeah, we're just gonna.
Like, I'm gonna
see what
do it
happens.
to
Let's
see what
literally
happens.
just see what happens.
You know, if you open the Pocky Chip Challenge container, you'll see that it comes with the rules of the challenge.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even read them. I did not give a fuck. My goal was don't die.
Yeah.
And my only small goal was, let's try to eat the chip.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah,
like let's try to actually eat the
I
chip.
couldn't.
We're getting there.
Yeah.
So that was my goal. Panda wanted to be immortal because it said if you go a whole hour
Yeah, you're
after eating
classified
the
as
chip,
immortal.
you're classified as immortal, a living god.
Right.
You cannot drink anything in that hour. No
Yeah,
water,
you can't
no
have
milk.
milk. You can't have
nothing.
ice cream. Like you can't.
Can't eat or drink
Nah,
anything.
like you just gotta have the chip.
You have to just have the chip, chill for an hour.
Yeah.
So there we were.
Yep.
We all
And
ate a chip.
we introduced it. Everybody that was there too. Shout out to everybody that was there, man. Because without them, we wouldn't have the video.
No,
Because
and
like
a
we
lot
had
of
no
people were
cameras.
filming.
Like the cameras we have now are just still like just like cameras we have for
Yeah.
personal use.
Right.
And like everybody there recorded on their iPhones,
Mm-hmm.
and I was like, everybody send me their stuff. Like we'll make it happen. And it was a very
it
bootleg
worked.
recording, and we work with what we got.
Yeah.
And it's actually a really good video. I'm not
It's
gonna
great.
lie.
I enjoyed it.
But we ate the chip, and died. My body was just like, you can't do this. Like, get that shit out of me. Put the thing back where it came from, or to help me. And you threw up.
Yeah,
Panda.
I wanted to eat it so bad, dude, because I was just like, no, I wasn't like I gotta win.
Yeah.
I just gotta be Eteck. I was like,
Everybody beats me,
I just
man.
have to out eat the tech, and I'm good.
Yeah,
I'm
everybody
that's all I
beats
gotta
me when it
do.
comes to
I
hot
knew you're
shit.
not gonna finish it, so I'm like, all I gotta do is hold it down
Yeah.
for a second, and I'm good. And I did. I started chewing on it and trying to swallow it, but it was so dry. It was hard.
It was.
To go
It felt like the
down.
cinnamon chip challenge.
Yeah,
Cinnamon
it
challenge.
felt like just straight cinnamon, like trying to swallow that.
Yeah.
So I remember I started trying to swallow it, and I started coughing because it just wouldn't
Like
go
instantly.
down.
Yeah.
And then like half the chip came out. And I just fucking
Yeah.
I force fed myself, dude.
Yeah.
I was like, no, you're staying down. And yeah, that's when the fun
Respect.
began because
Respect.
then about 10 minutes later, I fucking threw up.
Yeah. But in my end of it, I was just like, I have to stop this burning sensation that's going on in my mouth. And I'm drinking milk, I'm lactose, so I'm like, I shouldn't even be drinking this in the first place. Panda was going through his own like weird thing. He looked fine pretty much throughout
Took
all
it
the video.
like a fucking champ.
He
for that
did.
first
No,
couple
definitely,
hours,
he did.
dude.
And not only that, it was like he was fine. He went through a roller coaster. He was fine, then he was bad, then he was fine, then he was
The
bad.
spice was hitting him, but it was just spice.
That's
You
all
could
it
tell
was.
It was just spice.
Yeah, it was just like ouch.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that was it.
It's just like, damn, dude, my eyes are watery, my ears are red, but like you can tell it was no different than someone eating too many hot Cheetos. Like
Exactly.
the spice hit him. That's all it was.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So after the spice died down for us, we were like, okay, let's get back to our Friendsgiving.
Yeah.
Got back to the Friendsgiving. We started eating our food.
Yeah, because a lot of time passed.
As
It
food, yeah.
wasn't like we just stopped filming and got to eating. I was still cooking.
The
but
video,
turkey took a second.
the video itself is like 3 minutes long. Like
Exact-
it's not, but we were dying for a good like 30 minutes.
Right.
And then we waited like an extra like 15, 20 before we even decided, okay, now we can eat.
And it was like an hour and a half.
Yeah.
'Cause
Yeah.
you gotta think, Panda had his drink before we went to go eat.
Yes. Yeah.
So like a good hour went by because I started to cook the turkey. I remember that because Dad was hovering over me the whole fucking time, being Dad.
Yeah.
When's dinner?
When's dinner? And I was like, dude, we're still dying here.
I'm just like, bruh, shut up.
Yeah.
I got a turkey.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right. But so time went on and he was chilling. He was generally chilling, dude. He was just vibing on the couch and he was like, all right, cool, I get my drink. He had his drink and he was cracking jokes. I know he was making fun of me for throwing up and fuck, I sure did.
Yeah.
So
No,
it was a good
definitely.
time. It was a great time.
Yeah.
We went out to eat. We went outside and I did my speech because y'all made me do a fucking speech.
We always make you do the speech though. It's your party. Like
Did I at
you
least do
have
good?
to. No, I loved your speech. Every year I love your speeches.
I appreciate that actually.
That was great. Yeah.
But so we started eating for like 10 minutes and out of nowhere Jen just made a face at me.
I got a vibe.
And the face was a straight like help. And so I'm like I was high as fuck.
Yeah.
So I'm staring at Jen like,
What?
what's wrong with
Yeah.
Jen? I'm like, she looks worried, but she look okay. And then I looked at Panda, and that motherfucker just sweating.
He was.
And I was like,
gone.
oh shit! I was like,
yeah, no, it was stressful. Cause I didn't even I caught the vibe of the room.
Yeah.
And I was like, what's going on? And
Yeah.
I look over and Panda is like almost face down on the table, and it's
Yeah.
just like shaking. And he has his back to me, and like just how like your back is, like you have a hoodie on just like Panda did, and I could see sweat dripping from the back of his head to the
Yeah.
hoodie, and I was like, it is freezing cold outside. It is like 45 degrees. How are you
Yeah.
sweating? And I was like, oh my god, and he was shaking and like
Yeah, no, I got close to him and I can see his arm just twitching.
Yeah,
and I'm
no,
just
he
like,
was
oh,
bad.
Fuck, I'm like,
yeah.
yeah, no, it was bad, and yeah, I remember because Jen got really worried, and I couldn't tell if it was the chip came back. I mean, regardless, I knew that chip came back.
It was 100%.
I couldn't tell if the spice was hitting him harder, or I couldn't tell if he was overwhelming himself with anxiety.
Yeah.
I just knew,
And it was a little bit
he's
of both.
not okay.
It was a little bit of both.
Yeah,
Because the chip hit him, and from what he was saying, it was he felt like he
We gotta
got
bring him on
lightheaded,
here.
and yeah, no, we definitely will one day. He felt like he got lightheaded, he was sweating, and like his vision was going, which I've experienced, and that is the definition of you're about to pass out.
Yeah, you're about to faint.
You're
yeah.
about to faint. And he didn't know that. He's never had that experience. I've been through that so many fucking times in my life. So I was like, oh, I got it instantly. I was like, you were going to pass out, and you just didn't understand, and it freaked you out. It got in your head.
Okay.
And he was like, yeah, that's what it was. So that's what, like, in the video, it kind of cuts after the title cards of like, hey, we were worried for him. That's why we didn't record
dude,
it.
I was trying so hard to stay calm.
Dude, yeah, I know.
Like,
Which you did well. You did well.
I was fucking freaking out.
In my head, I'm like, that's the homie that's about to die, and I'm very worried for his safety, but content. And I'm like, I don't want to be the asshole here.
Part of me was like
Content, yeah.
Part of me was also like,
And now
dude,
I have
you better be okay.
Now
I'm
I
like,
have permission from Panda and you yourself. You
Yeah.
also giving this permission. If I'm dying on camera, you better fucking record that. And I'm like, honestly, I'm in the same boat. I'll give
I'm
you
in the
this
same
permission
boat,
now.
too.
It's on camera. If I'm dying, record
if
that
I'm
bitch.
getting like actually fucking murdered, I'm like,
Yeah, no. If I'm like dying by like something I did, like the one chip, you better record that.
yeah, but like if you're gonna drag, I know we want to do haunting content soon, like spooky
Yeah.
shit. If like people are like, what if you get possessed? Like when you're filming, I'm like, okay, look, I'm not trying to get possessed, but like if I do,
Record
they
that bitch.
better fucking have it.
Yeah,
on
no,
camera.
you better fucking record
I'm
that.
like, you're gonna tell me it happened and I don't have proof.
Yeah, no,
Like-
and like I would assume we'll get back into that conversation in a minute. We have like about 20 minutes left.
Yeah, I'm like, I
But
can go too deep in that convo right now.
yeah. Well, I mean, we can. We'll just what we have coming, not
One day.
necessarily what we have going on. But Panda was dying, and we were all very scared for him. But he was okay at the end of the day. He's still fine. But you did just give me information on his health now after that chip challenge. You want to tell me about that?
Yeah, so I forgot what it's called, but I really wish it was here right now. If I'm not
ulcer.
mistaken, and yeah, if I'm not mistaken, he has that thing where like,
An ulcer.
is that what it is?
It's an ulcer.
Is that what it is? Explain what it
Homie
is, because I'm dumb.
Caught an ulcer. It's
I'm
a
dumb.
hole in your stomach due to spice. Homie actually caught an ulcer
Yeah,
from
I
the
think that's
one
what he
chip
has.
challenge. That's what it sounded like to
Yeah.
me. You were describing it, and I was like, no fucking way.
Yeah,
It's actually scary because we've met people, at Wasted and like actual DJs and creators that are like, what are you guys going to do 2023's one chip challenge? I want to be on it. So now we have this reputation of we have to
keep doing
We
it.
have to keep doing it.
I don't
And
wanna.
I'm not really down, but like I feel like I will be down at the same time.
it's so awful that I'm ready to walk into a haunted house before I eat that fucking chip again.
No, actually, let's dive into that. You're gonna dive into that a little bit of what we have coming, not what's going on.
Yeah, I put the other story on Demonic on pause because we're probably gonna have people on the show soon. I hope, and they're probably gonna fill in that gap. I promise.
Yeah.
But as for what's coming to wrap up this episode, because this episode is just like a welcome to us kind of thing.
Yeah.
So right now, we're gonna experiment with it, and I say experiment because we do have a good list of things we want to do. But even just prepping for number one, I'm already experiencing some weird shit.
Yeah. I know you have. I honestly haven't really experienced too much.
Yeah.
Just talking about it, but I know you have.
Yeah. So we were looking, I'm gonna say still looking, to go into, I wouldn't say fucking with like cursed items, but like
Exploring.
ghost hunting.
We'll say exploring.
We'll say ghost hunting.
Yeah, exploring ghost hunting.
I want to say ghost hunting because that's pretty much what it comes down to.
Yeah.
Just walking into places and being like, ooh,
Yeah, exactly. And I had, pitched you the idea of ghost
Yeah.
hunting. Well, actually, you came to me about it first, and then I did research on it, did a bunch of stuff for it, and then I was like, okay, let's do it with this premise.
Yeah, I got intrigued because my homie put me on to a bunch of new ghost hunting shit because I haven't looked at anything ghost adventures since I was like a kid.
Right. And, like, honestly, like, my family, myself included, still watch, like, Ghost Adventures and
Yeah.
everything like that. Because it's always intrigued me, just ghost hunting. And me growing up, in the Christian religion was like, you cannot do it. You cannot.
Yeah.
Like, you're not allowed to,
Yeah,
go
yeah.
explore it. And I'm like, but it's kind of cool. I want to see. So,
Yeah, no, I
yeah.
see.
So, we're deciding to go explore the Mission Inn in downtown Riverside.
Yeah, sometime this year for sure.
I thought about it today. I think mid-April is when I think I can.
Mid-April?
Yeah, I can start getting it going.
Okay. Mid-April
So
sounds good.
get it, getting it planned is
Trying to
what
think if I
I'm
have
trying to
anything
plan
going
out.
on like big in April.
All of a sudden, he has plans in April. But yeah, no.
I'm
So
also trying to think of anything that I have important right after in the event.
yes,
something grabs
yeah,
onto
something
me.
happens. No, I get you.
Like my first thought was, am I traveling anywhere far after April?
Awesome.
That's in September. I think I
That's-
would know
that's after
something
April.
grabbed me though by that point.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm thinking like May.
Yeah,
I thought
no.
Mother's Day.
Yeah.
What's the Mother's Day
Yeah,
plan
no, I
this
get
year?
you. I get you. My mom's birthday's in April, so it's like,
I got you this box.
yeah, the divot box. But yeah, so we're exploring ghost hunting. We're gonna go to the Mission Inn DTR, which we did recently. Not to, we wouldn't go in, but we went to just look and
To ooh and ah.
skate, and I did an ollie in front
You
of.
did do an ollie in front of
the
Mission
Mission
Inn.
Inn. I hope no demons are like pissed off at me for that, but it was
You
kind of
shred
cool.
better than me.
Yeah, no, it was kind of cool. But we did get inspired by a lot of ghost hunters. Though I mean, I did. I don't know about you.
I got inspired by a few
alright.
things.
I did get inspired by a lot of ghost hunters that I've recently watched, and I decided I kind of wanted to explore this route.
Yeah.
And I figured with a company like Demonic, I want to be able to say I've done everything. That's the goal for me personally within the company, is to be able to say I've done it. Whenever it comes
that's
my
my
way.
thing too. It's like even if I'm opting out after one, it's like I gotta do one.
You have to do.
I gotta do one.
just to be able to say, like, if anybody
it.
ever came to you that's like, oh, you guys ever go ghost hunting? Yeah,
Yeah,
I have.
I have actually.
Yeah,
Like,
and you can go watch it. So
exactly. I can say I did that.
yeah, so
So that's why I want to do it.
yeah, no, with me personally, I feel like I want to say that I have done it, and just for the flex almost. But at the same time, I do want to explore it just because I did grow up Christian, and I want to know about the afterlife.
Yeah, and my thing for me is like I'm just not. How can I put this? I'm intrigued by it because I felt like I've always kind of seen things. I feel like I've always just. I'm not saying I'm sidekick. I'm not saying. I'm not even blaming this on anything wrong with me mentally. Just like real shit. I've always felt like I've seen glares, shadow figures, a lot of things from the corner of my eye, and a lot of times I describe things to people. It usually gets followed up with, "Oh, I've seen that too."
Yeah.
So it makes me feel like
I don't
there's
think-
not something out there, but like I'm not crazy. So it just makes me want to explore it. I'm just like, okay, if we all see it, what else are we seeing?
Exactly, and there's too many cases of everybody seeing the same thing for
Right.
it not to be real.
Right.
And-
And some weird shit that have been happening to me, just exploring.
Yeah, and we even before exploring, like
Yeah.
just chilling here at the house, like it's just you got some shit going on, which I want to dive deeper into. Not here, but dive deeper into just in general, just to find out what's going on and how to stop it. Because it's like I hate just to see like people that are close to me just become like, dude, what the fuck? You know what I mean? Like it's not something I want to like be proud of. I'm like, yeah, I did that. too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, like it's more of a mission for myself to just find out more about the afterlife and the religious aspect, and to like help you, and to be able to say I've done it.
Yeah.
So that's pretty much what we have coming. But if it does go well, are you down to keep it going?
If it goes well, I am totally down to keep it going.
Okay. Because there are creators that I've wanted to reach out to in the ghost hunting realm, and I want to like interview them and hopefully bring people on
Okay.
in our little adventures.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I'm open to it. I'm not gonna say I'm closed off to it. That's all I'm gonna say for it now. I'm definitely open to it.
Okay. All right. I'm done.
Yeah.
As far as that goes, I think we can wrap up this episode. I think we kind of covered everything.
I think that pretty much covers that. If anyone sat through this, I appreciate it.
Yeah, no, thank you for
If anyone
watching.
paid for this, I appreciate it.
Doubly thank you
If
for
anyone
watching.
paid for it and watched it, I appreciate
Triple
you.
thank you for watching.
If anyone paid for it and didn't watch it, I
Thank
really
you.
appreciate
Yeah,
it.
no, thank you just for the support in general.
That's amazing. And if you don't know who we are and you somehow found us, reach out.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Say what's up. Please tell me how you found us. If you do not know either one of us in real life, but you are actually watching this or something else, let me know.
Yeah, no, reach
You know,
out, say
I'd
what's
love
up.
to talk to you.
We're always on Instagram.
We're always traveling,
Follow
going to shows
us
and shit.
on
so
Instagram at
Ancho Goober.
not Eteck.
They have easy ass handles.
No, we definitely do. NOTECK.
And we can, yeah.
But yeah, as far as this podcast goes, I think we're gonna be trying to upload at least monthly.
Yeah, at least monthly. I'm not gonna say every month's gonna be a banger episode. You might get a lazy conversation. You might get a little challenge episode. You might get whatever. This is what you're gonna expect from us, just me and him, or maybe a close
On the
friend in here
Patreon,
too.
yes. On YouTube, I plan on having a guest and actually
fine.
like diving deeper into their lives and
Oh,
what they have going on.
I meant like backdrop.
Oh
you
yeah,
know.
no, we'll
I
definitely
will
get
say
it
I'm excited
going.
for this one the most, only because I feel like as the months go on with this setup, it's gonna progress.
Yes, I know.
I'm like,
That's
so,
right. You all have to start somewhere.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm like, but we will have other places we interview at as well.
Definitely.
You know, but I feel like when it just comes to demonic only episodes, this is normally where we'll probably be.
Definitely. Yeah, no, when it comes to like Patreon and shit, like we'll probably be here in the studio, just chilling and having a good time.
Yeah.
Sweet. All righty, man. I think that wraps up this episode.
Pretty
Thank you
much
for
that.
watching. Whatever the fuck we come up with a title for this podcast.
Insert title here.
Insert title here. All right, we're done. There it is.